Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Dr. Bob Milligan, and in this short podcast, we're going to talk about the issue of additional responsibility. Now, think of a time when an employee that you were working with, you wanted to give him more responsibility. And think about what his response was. And often we are surprised by that response. Often we have employees who tell us they don't want responsibility. Now, that's not something that makes sense given what we know about human nature. Human nature, people want to grow, okay? The problem is that in reality, yes, the employee probably does have interest, maybe even excitement, as it contributes to feelings of choice, which is one of the motivators in the current thinking about responsibility. The countervailing, and that's why we have the teeter-totter there, the countervailing is a reluctance due to fear of failure. And so we have this balancing act, and I think it's real, okay? Well, so what can we do then to tip the favor, tipping that teeter-totter in favor of willingly accepting additional responsibility? And I think there's several things we can do. The first is as we introduce it, do it with compassion. That means understanding how the other person is feeling. Okay? We can do it most importantly with clarity. As some of you have heard podcasts before, I call that chalking the field. Be very, very clear about what the additional responsibility is. And then be very encouraging. I know you can do it, type of thing. The second one, and this is the one I think we most often fail at, is small increments. The smaller the increment of increased responsibility, the less likely that fear part of the teeter-totter is going to come out in favor. So small increments. The other thing is, and it's really part of small increments, is ask people to have drafts. If you're giving them some additional responsibility, instead of just saying, go do it, come back with some ideas or a plan of what you would do. The second thing is always tell the employee when you're going to check in. In other words, in an hour or a day or whatever, I'm going to check to see that you have any questions, that there's anything I can help you with. Then when you're doing that, you're not micromanaging. If you don't set up checkpoints and then you start thinking, ooh, I wonder how they're doing, I should go check on them, that's micromanaging and will in fact reduce their likelihood of success because it reduces their self-esteem. So when we're thinking about responsibility, we have to think about this teeter-totter. Make sure that the additional responsibility we're giving is small enough, doable enough, that it overcomes the reluctance due to fear of failure.